More than 50 heads of state and government, including some of the most powerful players in security, are descending on the German state of Bavaria this weekend for the annual Munich Security Conference. Deutsche Welle correspondent Marie Sina joins us now from Berlin. Marie, g'day. So what's top of the agenda for this year's Munich Security Conference?
Joe, on the forefront of leaders' minds at this year's MSC, what it's called, will be the threat made by former U.S. President Donald Trump earlier this week when he said that he would not protect NATO members from a Russian attack if they do not pay their NATO contributions. That statement is casting a dark shadow over the conference, which is happening close to the second anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. And in that context, a big question on leaders' minds is how committed the United States still is to Ukraine. Now, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will be one of the many leaders attending the conference. He's here in Berlin today. And of course, he's worried about U.S. commitment, not just if Donald Trump returns to the White House, but also regarding what has been happening in Washington, D.C., where U.S. funding for Ukraine's fight remains stalled in Congress. But apart from support packages, the question at the MSC for leaders regarding Ukraine is, what's your new idea? Ukraine is essentially facing a military stalemate right now, and it's hard to see how sending more weapons, more ammunition will resolve the military deadlock. So the question is also, what is a realistic way to move forward here?
And what else will be front of mind for leaders this weekend?
The other big geopolitical flashpoint will be the ongoing war in Gaza between Israel and Hamas. Israeli President Herzog arrived here in Berlin for the conference today as well. And the leaders of the Palestinian Authority will be present and leaders of Gulf states. Now, MSC head Christoph Heusgen said on German radio this morning that he is hoping for unofficial bilateral meetings to take place between the different parties involved in the war on the sidelines of the conference. And the conference is happening during a week where we saw much condemnation of Israel's plans to launch a larger military offensive in Rafah, which is a city home to over 1 million displaced Palestinians. U.S. President Biden has called on Israel to come up with a protection for these civilians. So Israel is under mounting pressure regarding its offensive. And that's a particularly difficult issue for Germany as the host country. Germany has been one of the most pro-Israel voices around the table in Europe, also because of its historical responsibility to Israel after the Holocaust. And currently there is no one united voice in Europe regarding the conflict. So Germany will be aware of the fact that it has to balance very, very differing viewpoints this weekend.
And the Munich Security Conference is set to have more participants than ever this year. Why is it attracting so much attention?
Well, for one, we are seeing more conflicts happening around the world right now than we did in the last 3 decades. So there is a kind of particular need for this forum at the moment. Christoph Heusgen, the head of the conference, wants to use it as a way to look for multilateral solutions to these conflicts. The slogan of the MSC is peace through dialogue. And what's special about the MSC is that it doesn't require a declaration by attendees at the end of the conference. So it serves as a forum for discussion, a place to exchange ideas, which means the stakes are lower and the pressure is off in a way. Now, that could pave the way for more collaboration. The other way to look at it is that it could also contribute to a general sort of aimlessness. And at the same time, it's of course questionable whether a 3-day event is time enough during such a gloomy geopolitical period.
OK, we'll leave there. Marie Sina in Berlin.